Hi, welcome to Nina in the Kitchen, where today I'm making a cookie that is so delicious. It's potato chip cookie, and it might sound a little strange, but a friend of mine gave me this recipe years ago and said that she can't keep them in the house. As soon as she makes them, her family gobbles them up. And I thought, since it's cookout season, we're in summer right now, I kind of like the idea of bringing potato chips to the party, but not really potato chips. This satisfies a sweet tooth, and for people who like salty, the chips are in there for that. So let me show you what all of these ingredients are. We have 3/4 of a cup of all-purpose flour. This is 1.5 ounces or 50 grams of reduced fat Cape Cod potato chips. These are nice because they have a nice crunch to them and they're not too greasy. So in the end product, you're not going to taste cooking oil. If you don't have a scale, that's not a problem. When you crush these, they should equal 1/2 cup. Then we have 1/4 cup of granulated sugar and 1/4 cup of confectionery sugar. Confectionery sugar makes things, the term is short. If you have a shortbread or a pie crust, those are short pastries. And what makes them short, the term means that when you put them in your mouth, they break apart very easily. They kind of melt in your mouth. And that's the idea behind this cookie. It's a shortbread base. So the other thing to make it short is 1 egg yolk. The fat in this egg yolk kind of carries that shortness over. And then of course we have 1 stick of butter because it is shortbread. I'm just going to cut this again. The butter just came out of the fridge. It's not ice cold, but it is chilly, and I just cut it into 7 or 8 pieces and then cut it again this way. And there's also 1 teaspoon of vanilla and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So let's just get started. So both sugars go in with the butter. We're going to cream the butter and sugars together. And what that means is that you're going to beat air into that butter, and it will actually turn color. So all of the granulation from the sugar kind of gets into the butter and kind of whips it. So when you see that your butter has changed color, that's how you know it's creamed. That takes 3 to 5 minutes. That's going on a medium-high speed, but before I turn that on, your dry ingredients are going to go in here, and that just consists of all-purpose flour, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and now these potato chips. What I do is just run your rolling pin over it, and that's a good texture. You have some pieces that are very small, some are larger, and people will be able to identify that that's potato chip in their cookie. I like that. That goes into your dry ingredients, and then this just all gets mixed up. Now off we go to cream this for about 3 minutes. Now this is what I mean by creamed. You'll notice that this is very fluffy right now. It's light. It's like a heavy whipped cream. Good stuff. Okay, so we're done with that. What comes up next is adding the liquid ingredients, and I'm calling an egg yolk liquid here, but drop the egg yolk, the vanilla, and then you just want to incorporate those so that they're mixed into your beaten butter. Well, now that's beaten in. So the last part of this is just to take the dry ingredients and portion it into thirds. 1/3 of it is going in, and I'm just going to put this on a low speed. You just need to stir this in. And as soon as I see the flour is wet, then the next batch goes in, the next third. And now the last of it. I'll give it 1 scrape just in case there's any dry flour. Oh, there is. Okay, so dry stuff on the bottom, alert, and then just beat it again just to make sure that everything is wet. You want your flour to be damp. Well, as you can see, the dough is now finished. And I have a silicone mat on a cookie sheet. You can also use parchment paper. And what I'm going to do, I have this little disher, but what you can do is just use a tablespoon and just drop these. These are going to spread. You want these about 3 inches apart, so the best thing to do is just line them up in twos. My oven is up to temp now. It's at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And what you can do is use the bottom of a glass dipped in flour, or use your hand. And you want to either flour or dampen your hand when you do this. But you just want to gently press this, just to sort of suggest the shape that you want for them to go into, I guess. That's it. Now these go into a 350 oven. This is going to take 10 to 13 minutes. And if you don't have a convection oven, just do one sheet at a time. You're going to want to rotate them halfway through. Take it out, turn it, put it back in at about minute 5. With convection, I'm going to load 2 pans, not 3, 2 pans into my oven, and 10 to 13 minutes, I'll see you then. These are just golden brown around the edges. That's exactly what you want, and they have to set up. You can't just take them out and then put them right on your cooling rack. Let them set up for a few minutes until you can push them around. If they hold together, you can take them off and put them on your cooling rack. So these will be ready as soon as they're cool. A glass of milk would make me very happy right now. This is so delicious. It's sweet, of course, it's a cookie, but not too sweet. And I think the salty pulls it back a little bit. The shortness breaks down so beautifully. They're buttery. This is a really nice cookie. And play around with, you could put nuts in here. You could do chocolate chips or butterscotch chips, whatever you like. This is really good. So I'm happy. Thank you so much for watching. Bring this to your next barbecue. Surprise people. Potato chips in a cookie. Who knew? Enjoy. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.